this episode of Playlog, we're showing you our romantic sides and breaking down our first date plans with some non-romanceable indie game characters. Hey everybody, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming. But of course, I can't do that alone because that'd be super boring and lame. So, I've got my partner in crime, the Play Nice Kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie?
I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best of days today, but on the other hand, at least I'm not Drake after the Super Bowl.
Dog, brother, how do you live after this? Holy, dude. Listen, I'll be straight up. I'm not huge into rap. I love this Kendrick Drake beef. This is so much fun to watch. Outside looking in, I've had to watch a lot of breakdown of what all did he mean by this, that, and the other. I wasn't familiar with the whole Serena situation. I knew they dated at one point. I just didn't realize how much beef there was there. So then seeing the significance of her there at the show, I was like, holy shit, Drake. I don't follow Drake either. I don't know if he said anything about anything. Homie sounds like he's hiding in a hobbit hole, and that is rough. That is wild, brother. Yeah. It's insane.
Especially there's one moment when Kendrick is walking around and performing, and he says, "Hey Drake," and he's just smiling straight into the camera, like he's in a sitcom or something.
We have it. Wait. We saved it in our Discord chat. Let me find it. I gotta make sure I don't show the horny pictures. We're horn dogs sometimes.
Oh no.
No, here. So we just have this meme at the ready. Whenever we're just gonna diss each other, we're like, say Drake, we just have it at the ready. It's so good, dude. Oh my God.
It is.
Now, some would consider this bullying. And in some timeline, yes. I'd be like, Kendrick, buddy, we're gonna have a conversation with your parents. You're being really mean to your friend Drake. Treat them like they're 5-year-olds. Be nice to each other, whatever. I can't say it's undeserved. I think the moment you write a song about someone being, I don't know if I should use the P word in the podcast for the sake of Spotify. It might be we don't like that word. I don't know.
No.
But, I get it. And I had to do some clarification because a friend of mine was just like, oh, dude, when Drake had CP, I'm like, pause. I don't think that's what happened. I don't believe that's what happened. I'm not saying what is the accusation is insanely far off, but for clarity, I don't believe there was any CP involved in this. And if anyone's what's CP, Danny? We'll tell you when you're older. Don't worry about
it. Yeah.
But had to make that clarification this week, and I was like, hey, everyone, pause. I ain't gonna be the one to tell the world that Drake did this when I don't think that's what happened. So clarify. But no, that has been my entire For You page these last couple days. I get to see a bunch of white people saying how boring the show was. I'm like, you didn't get it, dude. Fucking Sam Jackson as Uncle Sam is fucking nuts. That is so cool. Oh man, what a show. I didn't even watch the game. I just watched the halftime show, dude.
I have no idea. American football means literally nothing to me, but
same.
That halftime show, yeah.
Oh man, what a time. What a freaking time. But hey guys, we don't normally talk about football. This is Playlog Podcast. We talk about things indie gaming. So let me give you some quick housekeeping before we roll into the show. Real quick, as a reminder, as part of our podcast, we'll be doing our monthly book club where we go back and replay some indie classics or finally get around to some modern indies that we just haven't played yet. So for this month's episode, we'll be reviewing Monster Prom. You have just 1 week to get a date for Monster Prom. Go through absurd and funny situations, raise your stats, and seduce one of your classmates. Beautiful art, bold, unapologetic dialogue, and hard choices make up this multiplayer dating sim. Be your worst self. So, if you want to get involved in the episode, play the game this week on your preferred platform, and head over to our write-in form in the description and give us your thoughts on Monster Prom for this week's episode of the Playlog Podcast on February 18th. Remember, our book club is a week early this year. This month? Yeah. Our book club's a week early this month. Because of Steam Next Fest. Yeah, those days and weeks and everything. Anyway, yeah. We'll be live on Twitch on the 18th, twitch.tv/CGDannyB, or you can join the discussion on youtube.com/CGDannyB a few days later. But that's it. That's all we got for the housekeeping. So, timestamp, Bubba. Now, normally we got our write-in questions, nothing to write in, but Toph, you said you got something for the day. So, what we got?
Yeah, well, Since I had so much fun playing It Takes Two with a friend of the show, Daphne,
Bet.
I was wondering what has been like in the week of Valentine's. What has been your favorite two-player memory? Like where you were player two or someone else was player two, but like you were playing co-op or against each other, doesn't matter. But just a two-player moment that sticks with you.
Oh man. So, flashback to the beginning of the channel, right? Like we started this as Couch Gnomes before it became CGDannyB, which is the CG Couch Gnomes in the channel.
I figured.
We did a weekly Gnomes play where we got together. We did some couch co-op, whatever kind of multiplayer games we got. We eventually hit a point where we kind of were running out of games to play unless we were repeating stuff. So we kind of just shelved that for a while. There's a lot of great moments there where it was funny how someone just flubbed something or said something wrong. I'm not going to put those on blast. I'm just saying the episodes are still available if you want to go find some of the funny fuckery that happened. But one of the first co-op shows we did for the channel was Shovel Knight, and we called it Shovel Knight Love and Spades, where we were just like, oh no, my wife, girlfriend, I forget the status of them in the game, Shield Knight has been kidnapped. I have to save her. But we're playing co-op, so Kanai's like, no, I have to save her. That's my girlfriend. Shut up, that's my girlfriend. So the whole plot of the Let's Play was two boneheaded, muscular Shovel Knights trying to save the same girl. But I believe I was player one, and I don't think player two could interact with Shield Knight during any of the moments of like the dream sequence where she's falling from the sky. You have to jump and catch her. Player two can't do it. So I think there are moments of watching him try and grab her, and he's not allowed to. I'm like, psych, she's mine, dummy, and I take her, which was always great. But like, fuck, even saying that, I think about we did co-op Cuphead, where I had an amazing bit. There's a donut type character on the second island, and I made like Mugman fall in love with her, and there's like an edit where it's a lady, when I'm with you I'm smiling, just like Mugman noticing this girl for the first time. I was like, these are just fun little bits.
Nice.
Fuck, I honestly go down the rabbit hole. Have you played A Way Out yet, though?
I have played it, yeah.
Okay. Then, the ending of A Way Out was a shock for, I won't spoil for anyone who hasn't played, you should play A Way Out. The first game, I guess, the first new generation game of Haze Light, the guys who made It Takes Two and are making Split Fiction. The ending reveal, right, of like what's going on there, and you have like your face-off moment. I was so unprepared for that. That Kanai like smoked me in this final encounter. He also had the high ground, which was insanely unfair, because like I'm just like, I can't hit you, I can't shoot you, but you can kill me. This is stupid. I hate this. But yeah, that's another one. That's all I got. I'm not doing it anymore. I could go down a rabbit hole, but I know you just said It Takes Two. The other one.
Yeah, well, It Takes Two was like a really big highlight. We also played Bokura a while ago, which was a lot of fun. Because it's like you see different things going through the same world, so that was interesting. But it's funny you mention Shovel Knight there, because years ago, me and my then partner, we were playing the new Super Mario Brothers on the Wii.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was Luigi, as I always am.
It's the best character. You should always take Luigi.
Exactly. And then we came to like the final boss battle, the final show off with Bowser. And like immediately my ex-partner, her Mario died. And she was on her last life. So I had to do it all by myself. So I jumped over Bowser and I'm like, hell yeah, I did this. And then he comes back all giant like, and I'm like, oh no. And you have to like just run away through these levels where you have to go up and down and try to evade everything. And I make it to the end, and I save the princess, and the cutscene starts, and it's Mario saving the princess. No, I'm like, this is bullshit.
You died. I did this.
Yes, I did all the work. You get all the glory. This is I mean, they fly away together in a hot air balloon, and Luigi's just like, bye.
That's so sad. Oh no! Especially in the context that like Luigi did the whole damn thing. Like, I wish Nintendo put that. And like, I shit on Nintendo a lot. I think Nintendo makes a lot of like, I don't want to say family friendly, just like very child focused decisions of like kids won't think about this, they won't care. But yeah, thinking in the logic of like, oh no, Mario died, it's like Luigi beat this level. If there was a fun ending of like, it's either Luigi being the bro of like, come on Mario, your princess is here, or even just being like where's something Mario? Like I don't know, Luigi, let's go get some spaghetti. Like it doesn't even have to be like a romantic thing that like Mario and Peach, but something that's like, oh, Luigi did it. You're playing as Luigi, it should be a different ending, right? Like that would be fun. I think that'd be cool. But Nintendo.
But Nintendo.
Come on. Listen, we've been bitching about Nintendo, specifically Game Freak, this past week. Anyone watching on Twitch, we've been doing Soul Link. Let me tell you, these games are not meant to be randomized. They're not meant to be fucked with the way that we do.
Yeah.
But the amount of times we've had just skull-crushing defeats because we find things that just cannot be beaten. I mean, are you familiar with Necrozma from Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
Okay. Necrozma, big bad ultra beast, crazy alien, not even a real Pokemon, but is a Pokemon, right? For the viewers who are like, what the fuck's Danny talking about? Now, he's already super strong. In Sun and Moon, you don't have gym battles, you have totems, which are like smaller versions of gym battles. They're big, but every Pokemon gets a big stat boost. The Necrozma we fought in the totem had stored power, which is an attack that takes your stat boosts and just smacks your opponent with them. Ooh. So when we get to this Necrozma that's got totem stat boosts and stored power and says, hey Danny, it's cute that you have a team of some crazy Pokemon. Be wild if I just killed every single one of them right now. Ruin the run. Multiple times have we had to deal with this Necrozma. I hate this fucking Pokemon, but I just keep blaming Game Freak for making abilities that could just end a team in the way that's not intended to be done. But anyway, I'm still mad about it. We're currently on our 6th run right now, and I am so tired of starting Sun and Moon over. We're using what's in the PC. If we lose again, I'm done. I don't care. Sun and Moon can take the dub. This game sucks.
Maybe you should play some Beastie Ball.
Honestly, it's better.
Like better than Pokemon anyway.
It is. Can I randomize Beastie Ball?
Probably.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun. We should randomize Beastie Ball. But yeah, fuck Nintendo. I'm just kidding. You guys are fine. I'm excited to see Switch 2 someday. But yeah, those are great. I like that question. I like co-op. I guess that's a good one too. Soul Link. It's always another co-op series, but oh boy, let's see here. I almost said the boy, oh boy, but I stopped myself. Just one boy this time. But with that out of the way, we want to hop into the topic of the show. Tofr, you had this idea a few weeks back. We planned it for the month of February. So I'd love to hear you tell everybody what we're doing here today.
So a lot of video games nowadays have characters that are romanceable. These are NPCs that you can choose to date or not date, or you can try. Sometimes it's all about the trying.
Yeah. We're trying really hard.
But on the other hand, there are characters that we cannot romance. I remember this idea came to me because of Stardew Valley.
Okay.
Because you have Robin the Builder. She is not romanceable because she is married, but so many people want to date her. Yeah. So my idea was to choose a couple of non-romanceable NPCs and present to each other how we would take them on a date. Perfect. On a first date.
Absolutely, dude. And listen, you get this idea, I'm like, okay, we got to start thinking. Now, this morning, you hit me, you're like, dog, I'm struggling to think of some NPCs to do this with. Like, dog, same. Scrolling through Steam libraries, being like, why are there so many animal games? I won't lie. We picked an animal, though. We'll get to that in a minute. But I had told you I went for more the non-romanceable as opposed to NPC direction. But yeah, I think this is a great idea because it gives us this chance to be like, what would this character really be into? What would they love to have on their Valentine's date? So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Also, and just like this is gonna expose us badly.
Oh yeah, if we're like really bad at dating.
we're about to present what we would do on a first date with someone, and people could be like, "Oh no."
Bet.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Now.
So why don't you go first, Danny?
Oh God, don't put me on first. Okay. All right. I'm gonna reorganize these. Then I'm assume this will be the order. I'm just fair. Tabs are easier. Okay. Chat, ladies and gentlemen, Bobs and Grills, non-binary friends. Look, I have had a crush on this character for quite some time. She is not a romanceable individual. She is your playable character, and it's something about those lunar blue locks that just really get me going, right? So I said,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. What am I doing for Sonic the Hedgehog on our first date? No. Valere from Sea of Stars. Beautiful, strong woman. She don't need no man. And that's what makes her more attractive. Like, fuck, she don't need me, but it'd be great if she wanted me. You know what I'm saying? Very, it's not a hidden fact that the main characters from Sea of Stars are fairly bland. There's not a lot of personality. They have moments, but they're JRPG protagonists. You know, they don't say a whole lot to be like, oh, look at the character building here. But very stoic type character. But man, when I tell you, man, she be fucking shit up. Now, let me find the notes here. For anyone who's played Sea of Stars, we know from a young age, Valere along with Zale, but Zale's not here. We don't look at him. No, he's not taking the spot. He is all about, or they're all about training to become Solstice warriors to save the world. That's like one track mind. That's all we're doing in life. That's what we want to do. So it turns out what I'm going to have to do is start an aggressive 15-year vigorous workout plan alongside Valere. And that's how we're going to start this date. We're going to spend 15 years doing, I believe she does crunches. Zale does the push-ups. So these abs are about to get crazy over the course of these 15 fucking years. And she's gonna be like, you know what? Crazy that you kept up with me. Won't lie. In a real world, I'm kaput. 15 years of crunches. There is no follow-up. That's the end. That's probably where we're done. I'm taking a long nap after that. But in this fictional verse where I can do that and immediately go save the world, that's what we're gonna do. So we do our workout. She's like, I'm impressed. Let's go on a how did I word this? A brisk cross-world jog to find artifacts and save the world. We're going to find ourselves a nice boat. We're going to enter some tournaments and fight some bad guys and be like, oh, we got the money and now we can afford to travel and stuff. We're going to make some new friends that are pirates and everything. She's going to have such a blast. But obviously along the way, she's going to do the kind of like hair behind the ear, like, I'm fine. I'm not having fun. But like, she doesn't want to express that emotion. I don't want to force her to express that emotion, Tofr. I want her to feel comfortable expressing whatever emotion she feels comfortable with. But along the way, I'll be like, I know you're having fun. I know you're having a good time. You don't have to say it. I could tell. And I won't say it either. Followed up with that, we're going to find this giant four-headed demon that's literally going to devastate the world. And we're going to be like, shit, what do we do here? And the best way to handle it is throwing a moon at it repeatedly over and over and over again. And we'll turn that into a fun game where we're going to play, just do some boomerang stuff, you know, play catch in the park during a nice little picnic. Once the moon is out, of course, we need to make sure it's a nice moonlit meal while we're throwing a miniature version of the moon back and forth, pating, pating, pating. Because listen, chat, if you're not using the moonerang in Sea of Stars, you're not playing it right. Because that shit is both effective and satisfying. So use the moonerang. But then she'll be like, damn, you can keep pace with me. I guess we can get married. So we save the world, get married, and then she'll go off and do her celestial being stuff. And I guess I'll wait on Earth because I ain't that powerful. But that's it. You try. Plus, she got the moon. I don't really want to be the sun guy. So, like, I don't know. I guess I'll be a Garl. I'll hang out and just cook or something. I don't know.
Damn. That is one spicy first date.
It's a long game, man. It's a long game. You know, you don't start it as a date, right? You kind of just be like, we're doing the thing. We have important stuff to do. But along the way, as you're like growing closer, you kind of imply like, I guess this date never really stopped. It's been going on for, again, 15 years of crunches. So, you know, we're just training out here. And then eventually, like, you know what? I see it. And then when the proposal happens, she's just like, yeah, I guess that's fine. Put the ring on. But like, okay, I can tell you're having a good time. We're good.
You're going to catch her smiling out of the corner of your eye. And when you turn your head, the smile is gone.
Yep, exactly.
She has to keep up the facade.
Exactly, man. What a woman, I'll tell you. The fucking clock watchmaker. Fucking what's the DLC? Whatever the DLC is coming out in the summer. Can't wait. Because there's also like a badass like alternate version of her that I think is like insanely ripped. I think it might be in the I think she's like the sun one. I forget. But the shit looks dope. It's like a steampunk circus. It looks fucking wild.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
I still have to get around to that game.
Listen, recommend. Have a good time. It's downstairs. Fuck. I put on Instagram yesterday. Kanai bought me. It was for Christmas, but we didn't see each other in person until like his birthday this past weekend. So he got me the vinyl. I guess I don't know the terminology of LP being correct. Is that the set? Is that is a record an LP? I don't know. So someone's more musically inclined than I. You might be able to correct that.
It's like the one disc is one LP.
Okay. So then it's two. It's a set of LPs. It's two LPs. It's great because there's the Eclipse and there's the Solstice. I think it's the Solstice and the Eclipse. So you have like a blue LP and an orange LP, and they both play I think they play the same songs, but there's the two different versions, like the day and the night version. So it's really cool to play. I love it. I was concerned. I was like, there's like a fuck ton of songs in this game. Did you put them all on two LPs? All three versions, I think, but it's very nice. It's a nice collection.
Cool.
That's it. We'll play that. We'll play that to round out the date. So she's like, "Oh, I hear this music in my head all the time." I'm like, me too. Felt.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
But yes, that's my plan for my date with Valere. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. That is that's one hell of a date. I shouldn't have let you go on first. God damn.
Now, this is where I need it. I need the ladies. Honestly, don't have to be ladies. All you people watching, let me know if that's a good date idea. If I was to take you on a 15-year crunch spree, save the world from a four-headed demon, and then play catch with you with the moon, would you be into that? Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10. I need to know if that's a good date.
I'd say that's a pretty decent.
Bet. Oh, dude. Let's get it, baby. All right. Well, now I went Tofr, so now I'm gonna need you to run it. What you got?
Well, my first pick is Arah, the goth girl from Ooblets. She is the only goth girl in Badgetown, the small village that you arrive in when you start playing Ooblets.
Okay.
She spends most of her time at the Learnery, no doubt doing interesting experiments and doing a lot of learning, which is cool. She has a fascination with the dark academia way of life.
Ooh,
which is always that's a cool thing to be into, right?
Why not?
So yeah. So for our date, I wouldn't take her on a date in Badgetown because Badgetown is pretty small.
Okay.
It doesn't really have anywhere to take her.
Fair enough.
So instead, I would go to this city with this really old university.
Ooh, okay.
The kind of Harry Potter vibes, stuff like that. And we would get things going with espressi at a local bean juice bar.
Okay.
To use the Ooblet terms. I would wear something fancy looking, but in a shabby way, because apparently she really digs the confused chic look.
Okay.
So I can totally pull that off. I always look confused, so all I have to do is add a little bit of chic.
Okay. I like it. I did not think fits. I have to think fits for the next one now. Shit.
So if the conversations over the espressis go well, I'd ask her to join me at the local university.
Mm-hmm.
And go to one of the public areas in that university where we would make this feminist zine using paper clippings and the stickers that she makes on her printy press, because that's what she's famous for in the game. And after that, I'd introduce her to IMDb, the website, because like me, she likes to know immediately what other movies an actor in the movie you're currently watching has played in. But she doesn't know about IMDb, so I'm gonna score big points just by showing her that website.
She had the alternate research site.
Yeah. And with that out of the way, I take her to a hip new restaurant for dinner before finishing the night with a spooky movie. because I think spooky movies might be a good thing to go to. And then if she doesn't want to go home yet after that, we can take her ooblet, the gloopy long legs that's standing right beside her.
I love him.
And go to a new wave party where we dance all night to bands like The Cure and Joy Division and do like the sad people dance, you know? The goth dance. Like, we're sad, we're looking down, but we're still having a good time, actually.
Yeah. Oh, no.
We're sad, but we're happy.
Do you have an ooblet to bring with? Is there like bringing the kids along for the date, or is it just her ooblet that's coming along?
Listen.
Okay.
It's right here. A shroombo. Of course it's coming along.
You got to.
I mean, someone has to distract her ooblet while we talk.
Thinking big.
Yeah. But yeah, I kept things like smaller in setting. I think like going to a university city might be just something that she would like, being into the dark academia. And maybe we could get inspiration for our next dates.
There we go. I like that. That's like definitely the personal one of like, she likes to learn shit. So let's go to like a crazy school library somewhere and just grab all the fucking books we can and be like, you join it, having a good time. Yeah. I think that's a good one. That's fun. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. It's far from the epic first date that you go on, but
different folks,
I like to keep things. Yeah. I'm scared to read in the comments how our dates compare.
Yeah. I'm sure not everyone likes the big extravagant. Like something a little smaller. I tell you, Valere already probably doesn't like the big extravagant, but you know what? We're here for it. It's all about the moon. But I guess I do have a second date here. Now, listen, gang. On this Valentine's Day, everybody needs some love. Everybody needs some love, not just the pretty people. I'm not saying you're not pretty, by the way. Everyone deserves it. But sometimes our little old ladies, they need some love too. So this next date is for our queen, Charlotte from Bear and Breakfast. Anyone unfamiliar? She's this nice little old, maybe not nice. She's a little old alligator lady who is a witch who lives in the swamps in Bear and Breakfast. The first time you meet her, she has one of like the hamster dudes who works at the junkyard kind of trapped in there. She's like, I was gonna boil him up to a potion or something like that. Maybe she was gonna eat him. I forget. It's been a minute since I played the beginning of Bear and Breakfast. But you know, I think she spends a lot of time cooped up in that little witch's hut in the middle of the swamp. I think she needs to get out and just enjoy herself a little bit. So the evening starts. We roll up, pop up to the little swamp hut. Now I'm in a nice white collar shirt with some tan khakis, and it's like, oh, is that what you wore to the swamp? But it's a little baggy for some reason. We're not really sure, right? She's like, is that what you wore to this date? I'm like, of course not. Then we pull the cool like TV show tearaway clothes. You rip it off, and it's the warlock cloak underneath, right? And we're talking like Yensid blue with the stars. Might be more. No, Mickey has the red one. Whoever has the blue one with the stars and shit. And then we do a little like pop it out in a little witch hat. She's like, I see. I'm impressed with your witchery, right? I'm like, got it. Now we're in the door. First, we need to make a concoction. I know dick all about making potions. I don't know nothing. So we're going to pull like a ghost, right? Yeah, it's the movie where like you got, I think Patrick Swayze being like, let's make some stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So she's the big spoon here showing me what to pour in the different stuff. And I'm like, show me the way, man. Show me the way, babe. You got this, right? We're pouring whatever. We make a little explosion because we put a little too much of one thing in. We're like, oh, how goofy. Our eyes are burning out, but we're alive. Oh, how goofy. And she's got the potion to cure it right away. Where we're like, what a silly thing to happen on the first night. Then once we're done with potions and whatnot, of course, we're probably feeling a little hungry. So we're going to go on a nice little march down the street to the local restaurant that I'm sure Hank has prepared some food for, or whatever the turkey guy's name was that sells the food. That's been a minute. Have a nice little dinner at the diner. Meanwhile, the entire time we're just people watching all of these new visitors in town just dropping shit for some reason when there's a perfectly reliable trash can right next to him. And then we watch Hank lose his mind and have to clean up after them the entire time. He's like, guys, you could have just threw this away. It's literally right there. But then we watch him trade it to the raccoon guy of like, oh, I can get fun new furniture from the dumpster. Now, I will tell you guys, in the valley in Bear and Breakfast, a lot of furniture from the dumpster. You don't know that as the visitor, but as the staff, we are well aware of all the junk furniture that goes out. But you can't tell, so it's fine. But yeah, we do that. We go on a nice little dinner. We go off to a walk into the woods where there are some rather celestial beings that many are not aware of. But she really enjoys the mystery and the mystique of finding all these. Oh my goodness, what is this? This goes beyond my magical knowledge. And we're going to learn some new shit. And she's going to be all flabbergasted. We're going to go home at least by 5 o'clock because she's old. She needs to get to bed. So Charlotte's like, I had such a lovely time, Daddy. Thank you so much. And she's going to have a nice little love potion ready. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for this, Charlotte. It's the first date. We can't be, it's going too far. But she's like, oh, relax. It's a sleeping potion. It'll make you go to sleep early. It's like melatonin. I'm like, honestly, you know what? Bet. So goodbye kiss on the cheek, of course. We're not too forward on a first date. Then I go home. I go to bed, I take the sleeping potion, and then I wake up as an alligator because she fucking fooled me. And then I become her apprentice as an alligator warlock witch thing for the rest of eternity. And I think that's pretty romantic.
Oh, that's super sweet. I was kind of getting scared when you said celestial beings, because I'm like, is Valere gonna show up here?
Okay, you know what? I wasn't thinking about that. But honestly, that'd be a fight. The ex versus the new girl. Ooh, yikes! Hold on.
Ooh,
yikes. That being said, I probably should do Charlotte first because I kind of would like Valere to be the end game. So.
I am wondering now, is there like a canonical age for Charlotte?
I don't know, actually. I didn't know.
I'm gonna look this up because I want to know.
Yeah,
when you say that she's old, I gotta know how old she is.
Yeah, let me see. Charlotte Bear and Breakfast. I don't know if the wiki says anything. No,
doesn't say anything on the wiki.
She gotta be old.
She's at least 40.
Honestly, yeah, I could see it. I mean, she kind of right. Listen, you old as fuck. Okay.
Damn.
I'm just saying. Let me see. Charlotte, the character in Bear and Breakfast, she's an alligator with a witch costume who lives in her little hut in the swamp in Black Moss with her friend Twiggy. Remember Twiggy? Hold on, I'll pull up Twiggy. At some point in the game, Hank can exchange charcoal lilies with her so she can create artifacts out of these items. Hank then can display them in the museum. Yeah, we don't fucking care about Hank right now. But we got a little Twiggy, right? And then look, we got our friend Twiggy. Twiggy also is kind of along for the ride. They're just kind of doing the damn thing. Aww. I don't know why their name is Twiggy when they're very much just like a little slime, but I don't, I didn't pick the name.
Works.
It works.
It works.
Yeah.
I love, like, I'm on the Bear and Breakfast wiki.
Okay.
And it says that there's a quest with Charlotte called Your Dad's Love. And it just reads, Tony's offered you something deeply personal from deep within his soul. You should bring it to Charlotte and see if you could exploit that feeling for hard cash.
Huh. There's a chance I've done that quest. There's a chance I haven't. I don't fully remember. But, if it works out...
Sounds like a charming person.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Amazing.
But yes, that is the lovely evening. And then, of course, because it's so early, and I know I said I'd go home and take the love potion or whatever she fucking gave me, but that gives me time to play some Marvel Rivals with the boys. Be like, guys, Valentine's Day was fun, but like, she's already asleep. It's 5:30. We got all night. And then they're already out in the day. It's like, we're out till like 8. I'm like, motherfucker. They're going to run some solos because everyone else is having their Valentine's. So I'm like, fuck. All right, whatever.
Nothing says romance quite like playing Marvel Rivals with the boys.
Listen, I'm playing Sue Storm. I got someone playing Reed Richards. We get a little spicy in the voice call. I never know. Valentine's can be fun.
Okay.
We love it. We stand.
I was going with the romance, but then you lost me with the Marvel Rival stuff.
What do you mean? It's romantic as shit.
Yeah.
Is it though? I think so. Literally, there's a voice line between Sue and listen, I'm gonna quote this one for you.
Okay.
Sue's like, Reed, this isn't the date night you've been planning, is it? He's like, no, but what is more romantic than saving the world together? And Sue's like, literally anything else. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, Reed's in the mindset of using science to be romantic, and I think Sue could be into it. but she's not indie, so we can't do that here. No. But yes, that is our date with Charlotte from Bear and Breakfast. Now, Tofr, we timestamp. I know you got a baddie here, which like she was on my list, but I was like, I've not played far enough to know if I make a decision. And Tofr will be like, oh, you fucked up, brother. You didn't know what you did over there. So I did, but you did. So I'm excited to hear for yours.
Oh yes. My baddie is Bang Bang Fire from 1,000 Times Resist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a weird time to go on a date, right?
Sure.
Because even if somehow I am not a clone of the All-Mother, everyone else sure seems to be. So, like, picking... It's a bit weird.
Sure, of course. This game is.
Luckily, these clones all have their own personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can discover by playing 1,000 Times Resist. Do it now.
Yeah. We'll recommend.
But yeah, Bang Bang Fire is the sister in charge of military and defense, which might seem like a weird fit with my personality. But the thing is, she prefers pacifism over violence.
We love that.
Despite being in charge of military and defense.
We love a pacifist queen.
Yeah. She actually trains her army to keep her sisters fit rather than having them become these tough war ladies. Mm-hmm. So I really dig that. With her poetic and philosophical sensibilities, it only seems right to take her somewhere quiet. And since she's been locked up inside this huge compound all of her life, I thought what would be better than a nice hike in a beautiful nature park.
Okay.
Like a nature reserve. Especially because a couple of hours into the hike, we could sit like at the side of a pond. And if things go perfectly, that's a big if, I know. But if things go perfectly, it starts raining and raindrops disturb the water surface because BBF adores the rain. So like, can you feel the romance? Like,
yes,
like getting a little closer together because of the rain, sharing each other's warmth. After that hike, I would take her to a health spa where we could both get like this treatment for our bodies and our souls. We can have like some scrubs and we can do like some yoga and stuff because she is all about that healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
A healthy mind and a healthy body, all of that
pop off kind
of deal. And then, with both of us being refreshed, I'd take her out to dinner, and then we would feast on something unhealthy like pizza, just to have like our one unhealthy thing for the day.
Of course, as you do.
Yeah, and after dinner, because you see, Bang Bang Fire, she loves a good knock-knock joke.
Ooh, okay, bet.
So I'm taking her to a comedy club to watch stand-up comedians do their thing, have a laugh, hope she realizes that I'm funnier than those people on the stage. And then we can go home like all smiles.
There we go. Now, hold on, quick. Is there a special headliner? Because that's the dangerous one, right? If you're gonna be like, we're pulling up to a, that's, I guess also comedy subjective, so she might not be in like Bo Burnham, but she might be like a Gabriel Iglesias kind of guy. She's like, Fluffy, oh my god, he's so fucking funny.
The thing is, we're thousands of years in the future. None of these comedians are alive.
Yeah.
So basically, all of the comedians will be clones of the All-Mother.
Fair enough. and
they'll be like,
known for her comedy.
Absolutely. And they'll be like, oh, you remember when the All-Mother did this? and like the whole crowd will be like, oh yeah.
I remember funny. That was a very hard time in our life. I'm really unfortunate that you would make a joke out of that. Yeah, crazy.
Exactly. And that's when BBF realizes that I'm the funny one.
Damn, in a world where everyone's just the same person and you're like, I'm the only source of diversity in any way that you get, you're like, damn, this one's kind of perfect. That's crazy.
Wouldn't it be crazy as well to have like the only person of diversity being the white male presenting?
What a world to be in.
Oh no.
The minority's the white guy is crazy. Oh man.
We can dream. We can dream.
We can dream. Yeah. Fucking dream.
Yeah.
Damn. That's fun.
That's my 2 dates. They're both on the smaller scale. But I think we're doing things that they like.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it brings them joy.
All right. We're not derailing, but I have ideas now, right? Okay. Now we got a double date. We could either each take one of the ones we just described, or if we can come up with another set of non-romanceable indie game characters. They could be from the same game. Oof. They could not be.
Oh God.
But if we could think of something, right? Because I don't know where this fits. Immediately when you were mentioned like the hot springs, like the vibe relaxing, like fuck, I did not think of Louisa from Dungeons of Hinterberg. And though like not a very casual fit, she ain't like the baddie, like she ain't out there like dropping jaws, but she's fine. I like Louisa. Louisa's great. I'm like, hold on, might be a fun date. The hot spring stuff too. Okay, kind of rocking the one piece swimsuit, so we're into it, right?
Okay.
But I'm like, hold on, that's a move. That's a possibility. Mm-hmm. But now we're taking some baddies out on double date too. For who we taking? This is off the cuff, people. I'm putting Tofr on the spot.
Yeah, you are.
As I'm scrolling through my Steam library trying to find another answer too. I'm like, hold on, who could it be?
I think. Hang on. I need to remember her name.
Right. Hold on, Tofr. I'm staring at Cadence from Rift of the Necrodancer. She bad as fuck, dude. She could beat me up a guitar, dude.
I was thinking. Is it? Yeah. Riley from Oxenfree 2.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Oh God, who do I bring with Riley? Riley, I'm trying to think. I haven't played Oxenfree 2, right? But like, she like the researchy book type, like smartsy brains one, or like, what's Riley's vibe?
Riley's basically the kind of the research type, because she comes back to her hometown to take like this entry level research job. Mm-hmm. Without I'm trying not to spoil things, but
sure.
Yeah, she comes back because even though she's like in her 30s, she comes back to her hometown to take that research job, and yeah, she's a lot about common sense.
Okay.
Very down to earth.
I think this one's funny, but I don't think the vibe's there. I was going to say Laura from Duck Detective, who really needs to fucking chill out, who's just high strung and like needs a break. This over the top cat, I think Laura is. But I shouldn't pick an animal because that's weird.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but like I already did. People are going to think weird things of me because I picked 2 animals tonight instead of human beings. Oh no, there's the blonde chick from Cassette Beasts who I forget, like the main like tutorial girl.
Mm-hmm.
I forget her. She could be fun. I have so many dating sims so far. This isn't even funny.
I would also, if we include playable characters, I would also include the main character from Spirit Swap.
Okay. Samir.
I'm trying to... Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to pronounce it right. Samar, I think, yeah.
Samar, yeah. Because she, like, you date as her in that game.
Right.
But dating her would be pretty cool.
Honestly, hold on. By this logic, Tofr, if I recall, I might be wrong on this, so I might have to fact check me. I don't think yet you can date the playable characters from the Monster Prom games. And I will forever and always play my girl Vicky, my little Frankenstein girl. So, if this is the logic, we're taking Samara and Vicky out on a double date. The vibe is here. I'm here for this. Now, chat, we need lovely fan art in the style of Monster Prom. or Spirit Swap, take your pick. Tofr and I double date with Vicky and Samar, doing crazy fun, lo-fi vibe, monster high crazy shenanigans. Got it? This is it.
Can you imagine if we just ordered like alcoholic drinks
and got drunk
and Samar is like, those are spirits. You have to swap them. Poof, drinks are gone. And all of a sudden, she is drunk.
Yeah, dude, listen, Vicky's just over there just like, I'm just waiting for you to pick what happens so my stats can go up. I'm not going to be a fun party until you increase my stats. I'm like, okay, working on it. Let's increase that charisma. Shit. See, I know there was a Kickstarter goal to make them romanceable, and I forget if that's for Con or if that is for Road Trip, and I missed it and forgot. I don't remember. So I could be wrong. But for now, we're going to assume Vicky is non-romanceable, and she's great. We totally cheated putting dating sim characters in there. But honestly, chat, deal with it. We're good.
Totally did.
Dying over there?
Coffee went down the wrong pipe. Apologies.
No, you're Gucci. You're Gucci. Tofr's dying. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's the age where,
You're old.
Getting old.
You joke. Been there, done that.
Exactly.
Oh, bad. But chat, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, that's the thing. I gotta figure out a better. This is a meme. I love doing the bit where I call anybody listening or having like a group of people chat. I do that now. It's annoying as shit, but I love it. Connor calls me out for it. Literally, there's an Instagram story over the weekend where I was just talking to my Instagram story. I'm like, chat, what are you thinking? He's like, I will punch you in the mouth. I'm like, what? Stop. And then I saw a hard drive post that was just like, defendant yelled at in court for calling the jury chat. And I was like, me. Hey there, how's it going?
Amazing.
But yes, guys, let us know how all of our dates sound. Which one of our dates would you want to go on of the 5? And if you're picking the double date, who is your partner to go on a beautiful date with Tofr and I? And then how good are we at first dates? We need to know all this. It's very important.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the topic of the show, which means Tofr. It's time to talk about what we've been playing, dude. And I'm excited.
Do you want to go first?
I can. You do have 3. I have 2, so it might work better to bounce away if you would like to go first.
I can go first because I am really excited to talk about Keep Driving.
Bet, run it, dog. Oh, I got footage somewhere. And make sure it's muted so it's not screaming. I'm trying. I'm finding it. I'm opening the folder. I didn't know I didn't put it in the folder.
Basically, this is a roguelike atmospheric resource management game / RPG / driving game. It's set in the early 2000s, a time when I was a teenager and you were like a child.
I was born in 95, yes.
God. So that might partly explain why this game feels pretty nostalgic to me. Like my teenage years, I mean, I'm not too nostalgic about those years because a lot of bad shit happened, but they were my teenage years. At the same time, it shouldn't really feel nostalgic because I never went on road trips. We didn't have a car at home. And I especially have no link to this kind of American car culture where going out on the road is like this big thing.
I hate it. I don't like driving that long.
No? Okay. But the thing is, like... But the thing is, I shouldn't be nostalgic for it, and yet this game makes me nostalgic for it.
Okay.
Like, you start the game having just bought your first car, and you set out on a 3-month-long grand adventure, driving across the country and doing basically whatever you feel like. You can pick up hitchhikers and bring them where they want to go. You can find invitations to events and make it to those, but mostly you just drive. The driving itself is made interesting through these turn-based combat scenarios. For example, when you're stuck behind a cyclist, or when you have to drive over potholes, you then use the skills that you have unlocked, and maybe those of your passengers as well, to overcome these challenges, trying to keep your car in a good state. You also have to stay on top of certain things, as is usual in these type of games. You get hungry or tired, your car needs fuel, stuff like that. There are customizations that you can do to make the car feel more like your own. And I especially liked the inventory management in this because it reminded me of Dredge. Because it's basically you have this space divided into squares and you have to fit your items in those squares. So yeah, that was a good thing. But mostly this game is just such a vibe. The soundtrack, which is by all these local bands from the developer's native country, Sweden, it just slaps. Like, it channels that sense of adventure that you get when you're driving with no destination in particular. And yeah, it also gives you so much freedom that I will definitely be going back to this, because there are still hitchhikers that I haven't picked up.
Yep.
There are events that I haven't gone to. I could do everything in a completely different order than I have done so far, and there's different endings as well. But yeah, the vibes, Danny.
I'm digging it so far. You've played, I assume, much more than I have. I've probably put about 2.5-ish hours into it. I know at the beginning I was struggling with understanding the combat scenarios, mainly because I wasn't really picking up how my skills worked. And for anyone watching the video version, the skills, like, they're these Polaroids that are attached to your rearview mirror. When you get to like any kind of event, whether you're stuck behind a tractor, you find a box of items on the road, you're trying to pass a car, whatever the case is, like, it'll be like, here's the things that could be affected by the way you handle this. So you have an item that's like, oh, you can clear 2 energy. You could do this. If you get a perfect one, you get a second move. If you don't, your turn ends. After that, like, the effects will take place, so you'll lose gas in your car, you'll lose money, you'll lose energy, you become tired. And it's a lot to focus on at first. Again, and it's currently all being blocked by our faces, but there's like 7 or 8 different stats to pay attention to, like with money, status effects, energy, your inventory, the stability of the car, your gas, your glove box. It's a lot. And like, you're watching me right now in a spot where I was like low on everything. I ran out of gas. The car was taking a shit. My energy was low. I had like 5 or 6 different stats going on. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, let me try first saying I have a bad relationship with my parents, which I think if you have a good relationship and something goes wrong, you can get money from them being like, oh, why are you whatever. If you don't, I don't think you get that. So my game was just like, hey buddy, I'm pretty sure you lost. It's time to stop. So I'm like, okay, I'll do a new run. I'll stop. I can't do this. But my second run's gone so much better. I couldn't tell how many days into the trip I am. But I've done a couple side quests where like you set out, you get to like the first town. There's like a bulletin board of like, hey, I have some jobs. And some people are like, hey, we need someone to drop off alcohol like 2 towns back. I'm like, do I want to do that? Because like, I want to go that way. My brain's like, I want to get to the objective. But I'm like, I got to stop and get money anyway, right? So I pick up the alcohol, which you have to store in your inventory, so you have to leave space for it. Then you have to take like the 2-day trip, whatever encounters are on it, to get back to the town, drop off the alcohol, and then they'll pay you the $60 for the trip. I at the time I was like, there's no shot $60 is enough. I'm like, it's the 90s. Gas wasn't that expensive. Honestly, this makes sense. Then we have another one. Someone's like, hey, we're moving. I need someone to help move my instruments for a band, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I take that, and that's on my path. So I'm like, cool, I can do that one on the way. And I got some money out of that one. So I'm really enjoying the picking up random tasks along the way. And then I currently have picked up 3 hitchhikers that do not coexist very well. But if I can keep them separated in the car, it seems to be fine. I have a dude who's unemployed. I forget who he is, but he every time I go to sleep,
who quit his job.
Maybe I think 2 of them did that, I believe, because I have the one that every time he's the gambler. So every time I go to sleep, he takes my money and gambles it, which I was like, oh no, that's really bad. But he has yet to lose me money. He's not brought back lot. He's not brought back a lot. Granted, I've not had much. I had like $1 in my bank account. He's like, hey, I brought you back $2. I'm like, that's a profit. We'll take that. So
that's double your money.
Yeah, so I'll take that. So far, he's not lost me any money, but not big returns. Then I think he's a musician or something. He's just like, I'm along for the ride. Oh no, he's a mechanic. He fixes my car when shit goes wrong. But I'm enjoying this. And then I picked up a convict who's like, nobody wants to sit next to him. And he really has done nothing to benefit the ride. I think I'm going to kick him out. He's done nothing to benefit me other than be like, oh, you can delete 2 things if you pay $10. I'm like, I don't have any money. I can't keep using this. So yeah, I'm going to kick him to the curb next time we get a chance. But no, yeah, like you mentioned the nostalgia. I'm really digging the vibe of this game. I want to try and complete a run and get to, the festival at the end, and just see some of the more events that can take place and some of the more hitchhikers. Like there seems like there's a lot in here, and I'm really digging it.
There really is, because the people you mention, I haven't met any of them.
Okay. Ooh.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
That just shows you how much replayability is.
That's great. Now, you've completed a run. Yes, you said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that unlock another car? Because when you start, you could pick multiple cars. Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I only have the basic sedan right now, which is fine. But I'm like, I really want to try these other cars and see like what's the space. Because like the pickup truck, I think only has 2 seats in it, but it's got a lot more storage room. So I'm like, oh, I could do so many more tasks with this one. I could actually keep like food in my truck, so I'm not constantly like, hey, I'm hungry. I'm like, cool, let me eat something. I'm like, now I'm tired. Let me take a nap. I woke up hungry again. I'm like, I don't have the resources to do this because I'm carrying some schmuck's alcohol across the country. But
did you know that you can collapse one of your chairs to have extra space to put stuff in?
I do now. I do now.
I was really happy when I found that out by accident.
Good to know. Guess I'm doing that.
It really helps. Like it really helps because you get these items. For example, you get a tent for the festival, and that takes up quite some space in your trunk.
Okay.
So every bit of extra space that you can get, really helps.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I'm also a big fan of like collecting CDs along the way.
Ooh, I've not got any CDs yet.
Oh yeah, you expand your musical library by buying CDs or getting them from people you meet.
Okay.
So you can choose your own soundtrack to drive to.
That's great. That's cool. Yeah, this is a great game that like I'm often when I'm playing something, I will start playing with the game audio and everything. But as I get into it long enough, I'm like, cool, let me catch up on my shows while I'm playing because I just need to focus on the gameplay. But like, I've enjoyed having the music on for this one. I've tried playing in like Discord calls and people are like talking to me. I'm like, I can't really like focus on the game, y'all, because like we're talking about who knows whatever and doing everything. So I like that biggest reason why I haven't put as much time as I would have liked to. But the music is like a really like essential part of this experience. So like very much I'm here playing a game alone, listening to the game as I'm playing. So yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
The only thing like I really wanted to give this a maximum score in my written review. And the only thing that kept me from doing that was the fact that sometimes like when you're in a city or somewhere along the way, you can explore these areas on foot.
Okay. Yes.
And I really did not like that mechanic.
Okay. Yeah.
Because basically you play these sections by moving one square at a time by picking which direction you want to go and left, right, or straight ahead. And then you can maybe find items that can be useful, but then you only get those items if you successfully make it back to the starting point. But these areas are like designed to like
be confusing,
lose track of where. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I found one spot like that, and I was exploring at night. I found a couple caves like you can't go in there. I'm like, I guess I need a flashlight or something. I'm not really sure. So
if you have the flashlight, you can do it.
Cool. So it seemed like a useless thing for me in that moment. Like I couldn't do anything. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm just not at a point where this is effective to me. But I've only done it once, so yeah, I've not found a benefit to it yet. But I could definitely see the like, this part was kind of whatever. Yeah.
But there's I think there are still parts of the game that I have yet to explore.
Okay.
For example, I haven't bought any musical instruments yet, even though they are wildly available.
Okay.
I haven't bought any of them because I usually don't have the money for them.
Yeah.
But I wonder like how they can affect gameplay because I did buy alcohol once, and it by drinking that I was able to do a mission with one of the hitchhikers where I had to drive while being drunk. Yeah. But the thing is,
I bought a couple bottles of wine too. I was like, I'm not gonna drink these because I'm driving. I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna let these sit in the inventory.
The thing is that the turn-based combat segments become so much harder when you're drunk.
Oh no! Is it give you like more item like you deal with? Oh shit! Ooh.
Yep.
Oh no! This is cool. Oh yeah, this game's really dope. It was I think a Next Fest demo you tried out. I was like, I'm really interested in checking them out. Never got to the demo. I got the review key, which if we didn't mention, we did have keys for this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, this is this is cool. I like the vibe of this a lot. I don't know how it plays with controller. I was gonna play it on deck. I just haven't given it a shot yet.
I think it doesn't play with controller.
Got it. I kind of figured it didn't seem like it'd be the most controller friendly game. But yeah, definitely a mouse and keyboard jaunt. It feels like.
Yep.
Oh, it's really cool. Gotta keep driving, dude.
Yep.
Hell fucking yeah, dude.
And not even having a driver's license, I really enjoyed this game.
Fair enough. They're like, that's it lets me experience the open road in a brand new way.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine players with the fucking steering wheel set up. I don't know how you would even do it, but like someone out there's gonna figure it out.
That would be cool, actually.
That'd be so dope. Oh boy, let's see. Almost did it. Almost did 2 boys. We're not gonna do that.
Boy, oh boy.
No boy, oh boy. All right. Let me hit you here, Tofr. Let me tell you. So I have been in the wrong folder of footage. Here we go. I have been. I got an early preview game for a game that comes out next month. It is Wanderstop. It's from Ivy Road. So it's from some the team that made things like Stanley Parable, which I was very interested to see this one at. I think it was opening night live at one point. I forget at this time. But essentially, it is this super cozy team management game. Tofr, it's such a fucking vibe. It's such a vibe, dude. It is very much once you get through the tutorial, they're like, hey. Enjoy it. Do what you want to do. There's not rules. There's not time limits. There's not restrictions. Or like, make some damn tea, brother. Have a good time. Now currently, because this one's just the music, so I gotta fucking find something here. But you start the game. You're playing as Alta. She's a fighter. She's like, I've been born to. This is what I do. This is all I do is fight people and beat people up. Until one day she doesn't. She loses a fight. She's like, fuck, that's a fluke. My bad. Like, won't happen again. And she loses again and again and again and again. And she's like, what is happening? No. Why am I not winning? Why am I losing all of my fights? This isn't cool. So she's like, got it. I need to go find Master Winters, who is the ultimate warrior. They're going to show me everything I need to get better at this. So the game starts off in this really like ominous like scene where you are running through the forest. You're trying to find Winters and you're just like exhausted. You're like, what do I do? And you're like, do I stop and take a moment or do I keep going? So I tried. I'm like, let's keep going. And the dialogue keeps going. She's just like, I got this. I gotta. And she's losing it. I'm like, oh shit, I should stop. When you stop, you take a moment, you keep going, and she's like, my sword is so heavy. Why is my sword so heavy? And you pass out. You're like, I can't go any further. Then you meet the most adorable man in existence. His name is Boro. Boro is so great. He finds you passed out in the woods, carries you to his shop, and he's like, hey, I found you there. I'm giving this very like, hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing okay. He's such a sweetheart. He's just like, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I think what's best for you is if you stay here and help me make some tea. And it's just like, if you want to relax and have a good time, we all have goals in life. Sometimes those goals change. And the first time he says this, Alta gets pissed. She's like, who the fuck are you to tell me to change my life? Who do you think you are? I was born to do this. You think I would just train my entire life to do this one thing and then just give it up? Fuck you. So she goes to leave, but she still can't pick up the sword because it's much too heavy for her. But passes out again on the way. And Boris just like, I think you're exhausted. I think what you're failing to understand is that as hard as you work, you need to take a break. You can't just keep going. You have to stop. And you can continue to see how this affects Alta and how she is with people, how she is with just like not having something to do. But eventually she's like, okay, I literally can't make it anymore because I physically can't take up my sword and I physically can't make it far enough. I have to stay here and do something. So it's very like hard for her to want to just stay still and not, go in and fight something or do whatever. But Boro's like, tell you what, you stay here as long as you want. You're not forced to live here. You can do what you want. I'll show you how to make some tea. Making tea is so obnoxiously over the top, like so much junk, but it's so much fun. Let me find the footage here because so you start out, you get a bunch of resources, and you have to run and pick up tea leaves, which you go put in a machine, which will make it into a tea ball. That's like the base you need for tea. Then you have this really cool system where you are constructing plant seeds by putting plants into the ground, and however they bloom, you can take those seeds, turn them into fruit, and then put those fruit into the tea to create a different type. Some have more medicinal purposes. Some are like a caffeine-based things. They make you more energetic. Some are more just like, oh, it's got a minty flavor. People are gonna like it. Hold on, let me find this fucking tea shop. I think it's the one I want.
I have to say, Boro is giving me big. What was his name? Baymax.
Yes,
from Hero 5.
He's got the vibe. He's got the vibe. Yes, he does have that. But like this is the tea machine. When you go in, you have to climb the top of the ladder, put the water in the thing. You climb down, you have to heat it up so you can get it to boiling water. You have to keep it in a certain age so it gets hot. Then you move to the next part, you move the dial so it drains to the next spot. You go over there where you put in the stuff, you infuse the tea ball, whatever fruit you want to put in there. I constantly get stuck on this platform because I have to go back up. You put everything in that you need, and then at the very bottom is a little swirl that puts it into the cup. Once you're done, you can either drink it for yourself, or if you have a customer come in, you can take the tea to them, and they will drink it. Be like, awesome, thank you so much. Then you take the empty, dirty cups, you put them on this little carousel, which will automatically wash it, puts it back on the shelf, and you go grab it when you need a new teacup. I say annoying. It's not annoying at all. It's goofy. It's a lot of steps. It's so much different stuff to do, but it's not like it has slowed me down. It is the same routine every time. The only thing that really changes is what you choose to put into the tea, is how you want to change the flavor. It throws me off every time because this cup overflows. I'm like, oh no, I've wasted. It's like, no, it's just the animation. It's fine. But like, people will come into town and be like, hey, I am this person, like this person on the screen. Like, I'm the demon hunter. We as demon hunters go to town. We find a town. We stay here to hunt demons. And also just like, what fucking demons? Where are the demons? Like, well, actually, we've done such a great job. There's no demons around. It's like, so what the fuck are you here for? It's just like, just to protect, we're not really, it's like, okay, got it. So Alta's like very short with these people. Then you have Gerald, who is currently my favorite. There's only 2 guests so far in the playtest. But Gerald is this knight who is just like, I'm not cool. And I want to impress my son by being a cool knight. And you're just like, okay, I guess you could do that. But then he ran into a witch and cursed his leg. So now he's got this burning purple leg that is infecting him. He's like, I'll figure it out. If I do some push-ups, it'll go away. It's like, I don't think so, buddy. I don't think that's how that works. But it's just these fun, casual conversations that you have with these people. And then after you take a request, you're like, okay, he wants something that's like this. So you go out and you plant some plants. The way they work is there's small plants and there's big plants. You have to plant them in a certain way. I'm going to say plant a lot here. Plant them in a certain way so that they create a certain type of plant, right? So you put 3 in a row of the same, they'll make a bigger plant. If you go for a large one, there's like a triangle type shape. So you put 1 type of seed in the middle and then 3 separate ones on the outside, or vice versa, right? And you change it up and that'll give you a brand new type of plant, which will give you a brand new type of seed, brand new type of tea. I've only got to experiment. I think there was 5 or 6 different ones that I was able to craft here, and I'm sure there's more that I just didn't think of. Oh, if I do it this way and this way, it'll work out this way. And but yeah, when people have things to say, they'll walk up to you, they say, hey, I could use a tea like this, and you could just go knock that out right away, or you could just continue to clean the area, cut down trees, fill your watering can, plant more plants. Like, there's no like, hey, this person's getting sick of waiting, you better go take care of that. You just do it. Whatever pace you want. There's not like a feel rushed to accomplish something. There might be steps like you can't really do this till you do this. But like, I did not feel confined to like a path in this game. This open area of the shop felt very much just like, have fun, get cozy, do your thing. Someone walks up to you and like, yeah, can I get this thing? They still roam around the tea shop. They don't really like bother you to be like, hey, like, could you hurry the fuck up? They just exist. And I think playing a whole game like that, where it's going to allow me to just do what I got to do, right? Where I think of Moonlight, where I'm like, I know this customer's coming in 3 days because they need to pick up this certain thing. So I got to go in the dungeon and get this certain thing. And if I don't bring back this certain thing, they're going to be pissed. I'm not going to get paid. I'm going to lose blah, 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 blah. This doesn't seem to have that. It is allowing you to just exist at your own pace. So whether you want to make something right away, whether you want to focus on something else and then come back to that when you feel like it, whether you totally forgot someone asked for a cup of tea like I did, and you're like, oh shit, my bad, dog. Let me get that for you real quick. Yeah, there's no penalty to it. And I think that's like probably my favorite part of it, is how just relaxed the experience is.
I can imagine. But it does make me wonder, because if I remember correctly, the trailer did hint at some like darker topics.
Yes, for sure.
And is there anything any of those darker topics that are mentioned in the demo?
Yeah, so when you start, I think it's after your first, like, I'm going to go back, I'm going to explore again, please let me leave. And Bora's like, yeah, go for it, go ahead. You run out again with, your sword and everything. You're trying to, I want to get back to where I need to be. Let's see if I find the footage for it. I don't know if I have it. But yeah, you come back and there's this moment of, I think it could be a combination of like self-doubt along with just like defeat that couples with her exhaustion. And the scene we've seen in the trailer, right, of her kind of sitting in the trail, being in her own head, sitting on the bench, being in her own head, and just Boro's like, hey, like, you good? Like, you okay? She's like, just fuck off for a second. Leave me be. Like, you can see the stress and how she's hurting other people with that. But Boro is just like this, hey, I get it. Going through some shit. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just relax. Remember, you can take a break. From what I've played so far, I've not had a lot of the deeper moments happen quite yet. I'm sure they're bound to happen more. I think the playtest ends on this very like it's setting up like, oh, I see something weird's happening around here. If we want to fix it, we're gonna have to do this. You interact with it, you get a cutscene. Thanks for playing. I'm like, fuck, no, I wanted to fix the problem that we're having. No, I need to keep going. So it definitely has me aching to play more. I am like super excited at some of the things. Right now, it's been very simple, I think, to get me in, give me more of the gameplay than it is the narrative beats. But yeah, I can see where this is going to go in like after playing in Stars and Time and seeing a lot of the self-doubt in that. I'm seeing similar vibes here. So I think that's where this is going to mainly focus, starting with Alta, and see where that goes later.
Yeah. I have to say, like, as someone who has gone through burnout in the past, this feels like a very burnout game. Like, yeah, the symptoms that she's showing and the way that Boro is like treating her feels like, I mean, we can all imagine people who are on the edge of a burnout and they're like, I don't have time for a burnout, I have things to do.
Exactly.
And it's giving these vibes.
Yep, and that's exactly what Alta's doing. Her whole thing is just, I need to get stronger now so I stop losing. And like, as you're roaming around, like, you go to Boro, it's like, you have an option of like, what's next? He's like, I don't really have anything for you. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, it's a shop. What do you mean you don't have anything for me to do? He's like, I don't. I mean, you can make yourself some tea. She's like, I don't want any damn tea. He's like, okay, then don't drink tea. You could clean the grounds if you want. You could go plant some stuff, but nothing you have to do. She's like, what do you mean there's nothing I have to do? There's got to be something I have to do. He's like, nope. And then eventually there'll be something you have to do. And again, you have the freedom to do that at whatever pace you want, as fast or as slow as you feel. And it's seeing her start to build off of Boro's kindness of just like, yeah, have a good time. Come and go as you please. She's like, this isn't right. This isn't how life goes, but I guess here it is. I don't know. Something I want to see. She's very standoffish. Anytime Boro's like, how are you today? She's like, fuck off. And I'm like, nah, I'm not. Quite literally. Just the vibe. She doesn't actually tell him to fuck off. I don't think anyway. But she's just like, you're dumb. Like, be more like, find something to be responsible of. Like, do something. He's like, you don't really have to right now. When we do, we do. And I want to see that happy moment where her and Boro have like a cool, like, it's got like a father-daughter vibe kind of right now. And I'm waiting to see the like, oh, dad, shucks, I can't wait to be as giddy as you. And like, she's like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be a fighter. I can't predict the end at this point. I could totally see it being I don't want to be a fighter anymore. I want to stay here and make tea. And you're like, congratulations, you found inner peace type deal. Or she's like, I guess there's time in life for both. Or she's like, I go to fight this day, but my Wednesdays are definitely for the tea shop. So like, I don't know. But yeah, again, such a vibe. I'm so infatuated with it.
I can imagine. It looks beautiful, and I think Burrow is gonna make me cry when I play this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was definitely one of those games where I sat here, right? Where, like I typically will voice the characters in my head and whatever, but I sat here like 2 a.m, just like, oh, take your time. There's no rush. Remember, if you want to have some tea, and I'm playing Burrow as a character. I'm like, oh wait, I'm loving this so much.
Yeah,
he's so great. But yeah, that was the playtest. It was probably about, I think it was like maybe 3.5-ish hours, maybe 4 hours of what was there to play, with just kind of going at whatever pace you choose, with how long I took. The game comes out on March 11th. I think it is PC and PlayStation. So not far, like as of today recording this, like a month away. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this could be here like today, dude. I drop everything to play more of this right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
I'm having a good time. I want more. But yeah, March 11th. Can't wait to play. I'm sure I'll stream a bunch of this because I'm hoping I can get a PlayStation review key, because this seems like one I'd love to get a platinum. But if I get a Steam, I'll probably buy it on PlayStation anyway, just because, you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yes, Wanderstop. Please pay attention to it, wishlist it, play it, and tell me how much you love it like I do. Bad. I rambled for a minute. Yo, you want to talk about your next game here?
Sure. My next game is Into the Emberlands. I haven't played it for very long. I think I only have like 2 hours in or something.
Okay.
It's another roguelike, but with a completely different vibe than Keep Driving.
Okay.
Because this one is actually a cozy exploration game that sees you play as the Lightbringer, which is a knack. Knacks are the inhabitants of this world. So you are a knack who has to use their lantern to go out into this miasma, these dark clouds that you can see on the edge of the screen, to find resources to rebuild the town and to find other lost knacks out there. It's basically a puzzle game take on the roguelike genre.
Okay.
Because every time you wander out of the village, you have like the set amount of steps you can take until your light goes out. Making it back in time is paramount, as if you don't, you become one of the lost knacks yourself. No. You don't die, you just get lost in the miasma.
Okay.
Which is pretty horrible thing.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. The cool thing is the game isn't time sensitive. It's not like you have 30 seconds until your lantern goes out. It's really based on the number of steps you take.
Okay.
So you can take your time to figure out which route to take, and which resources you want to gather, or which knacks you want to go and save. But yeah, there's no combat, there's no no timer, and that makes it really cozy and really the kind of roguelike that I enjoy. You just figure out the resources that you need, get as many knacks back into the light as possible, and it's all set in a beautiful, colorful world. And it's a good time. It's one of those games that I put on while listening to a podcast or something. Because the audio clues aren't really that important. The music is nice and stuff. Yeah. But it's a good one to like play on my Steam Deck while I'm listening to something. It gets your brain cells going, because it's there is some challenge to it, but it never gets frustrating. Okay. It's always a good time. Even when you lose one of your knacks to the miasma.
Oh, my knacks.
You start over with the new knack, and you pick up where your previous knack left off. Okay. So it's not like you have to go. The town keeps getting bigger as you go. Yeah. It's not like you lose everything once you get lost.
So you were mentioning, like, right, you replace your knack, you get lost in the woods. I immediately I was thinking of like a Rogue Legacy type deal where I'm like, I've died, but my ancestor or my descendant will take over my role and do my thing. Is it? I guess I'm trying to think. You said you can go like find the one you lost, right? Is there like a benefit? Like, do I like, oh, I had all this equipment and my knacks that were with them, but I got a new guy. So, okay, so you're not like going to find the previous you and pick up your lost progress and now have that again. You just kind of start a new adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Because the first time it happened, I got lost in the miasma right outside of town. So I was like, the first thing I'm gonna do is go and get that knack back.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I went out there, the knack wasn't there.
No,
they had moved. So I have no idea how to like know how where to find them.
Okay.
Specifically because all the knacks look basically the same.
Right.
So there's nothing that stands out about the knack that you play as that makes you go, oh, I should go over there because that looks like the knack that I lost previously.
Right. Okay. Then you said it was like step based, right? So the first thing I thought of is like the classic Pokemon Red and Blue, where it's like my Pokemon's poisoned. I'm getting the constant reminder that in 10 steps this thing is going to die. Is there like a step counter on the screen? Like you have 1,000 steps. You go out, you hit 500. You're like, I know this is halfway. If I don't turn around, I'm not going to make it back. Is so like that's basically the cut and dry of it, how it works, or
on your lantern it always shows how many steps you have left.
Okay.
Because when you go out there, you can collect like these kind of light bulbs that give you extra light in your lantern, and so they give you extra steps.
Cool.
But yeah, it does get a bit stressful when you're almost out of steps, because then you get this big number in the center of your screen counting down. No. And I'm like, oh no, I have to make it back. Oh, I'm so close.
Oh. Yeah, I love the visual style. We were talking a little bit before because you're like, what are we talking about today? And In the Emberlands is always one, like I mentioned, I've seen. I'm so interested in it. It looks great. It looks fun. And like, yeah, you're selling me on it more. I'm like, it's so cute. I love this.
It is a lot of fun, and I think it's like $7 or something.
Okay, not bad at all.
Full price. It got its 1.0 release back in January.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun. It's one of those games that you can put away for a while and then pick up and immediately get back into it because controls are simple. Basically, it's just walking around and selecting, for example, an axe if you want to chop wood, and that's it.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love it. Fuck, right?
Yeah.
I have D plus Ultra tonight. Nope, can't play tonight. Okay, but maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, this is really cute. Yeah, Into the Emberlands looks great.
It is. I really enjoy my time with it, and this is one of those games that's gonna stay on my Steam Deck for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Just because, like, when I have, like, for example, if I have half an hour where I don't know what to do, I'm gonna pick this one up and play for like 30 minutes.
Cool. What's the longevity feel like? Like, I see you're saying like you find them, you bring it back to town, so the town expands, and then you have just more knacks at home that are doing tasks. They just kind of live. Is it more like a Gordlets thing, or like they're here now, they just kind of exist? Do they do something for you productively?
Exist. Like one of them, for example, will start the armory where you can get your axes.
Okay.
One of them will start an inn.
Okay.
But I haven't really found if that it changes much to the gameplay. I have no idea.
Okay.
They're just there to have a good time.
Cool. That's great. Yeah. Hell yeah. In the Emberlands, baby. Run it.
Yep.
But speaking of cute,
you have well, yeah, I was gonna say you have another demo that.
I do. So, I've been playing the demo for Is This Seat Taken? This is, I believe it's pronounced Potty, is the dev team behind it. I had reposted their reel when the Wholesome Games tweeted out. It's Wholesome Games published. But essentially you're playing God in this world where it's just a bunch of cute little like dudes that are of different shapes who are just like, I need to take a seat and I have very particular rules about it. And you're like, okay, what's up? So like the first level is a taxi. Like they get in the taxi. This person's like, I want a window seat. You put them by the window, easy. The next person's like, cool, I want a window seat and I want a window seat. So you're like, cool, you sit on the separate sides of the bench, you're good. As you get further on, you have people who are just like, cool, I want a window seat, but I want to make sure I'm not sitting next to anybody who's making noise. You're like, okay, cool. So put you over here. And then you're like, oh, there's only so many seats, so I got to put you on the opposite side. Next up, you have someone who's like, I want a window seat, no noise. I want a window seat, but I don't want to be next to anybody who's talking. I want a window seat, but I didn't shower this morning. You're like, I want an aisle seat, but I don't want to sit next to someone who didn't take a shower because they're stinky and it's going to ruin my ride. And then progressively, you're going to like buses and a limo that got mistaken for a taxi. And you're like, I guess get in the limo. And so you have more space for more people. And everyone's like, I want to sit next to my friend Georgie, but Georgie wants to sit next to his girlfriend. So I got to make sure I have these three. So Georgie's in the middle. And so we have best friend and girlfriend. So you have to like make sure you're sitting next to the right people. Each step you'll put everyone where they need to go. And before you lock in, you get to like look at everybody and see like if they're smiling or not. If they're smiling, you know, you're getting all the points. If you find someone who's just like, oh, I'm pissed, I'm not having a good time. You're like, okay, what did I mess up with you? They're like, got it. I put you next to someone stinky, or you're too close to someone making noise. So now I have to move now. Eventually you get to the school bus. We have kids like, I'd rather sit next to another student. So you do that. And then you have two kids who are like, I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap. So you make sure they're not next to anybody noisy, so they're not being woken up. And it's just this constant combination of like playing management sim of, I want to make sure everybody's happy and they're not next to anybody that's going to piss them off. So like, it's fun. You just kind of play the thing. The one setting I had to change off the rip, is by default, it is pick up. You click to pick up, click to drop. And I'm like, that's a little, it kind of ruins my pacing, but it was a simple setting to just grab and drop. So you pick it up, blop, pick it up, blop, throw them where they need to go. There's only 5 levels right now where I was like, fuck, I wanted more. But if you perfect every level, you do get a sneaky 6th level, which is like a wedding venue. Where you have people just like, I want to sit next to the bride and groom. I'm like, who are you? Why are you sitting next to the bride and groom? And I'm pretty sure one of them's like stinky. I'm like, why is a stinky person in like the bride and groom's like section? What are you doing? You can't be here. But it's what they wanted. But then everybody attending the wedding is like, I want a specific type of food. And you have the table that's split in half. There's fish on one side. There's cheese on the other. Someone's like, I want fish. I want cheese. I don't care what I eat, but I got to make sure I'm sitting next to April. April wants fish. So I know I got to put you next to April, but I got 2 other people who want fish. So I'm like, okay. But you don't care what you eat. So I can put you on the cheese side. Just make sure April's sitting on the fish side. So you're still next to each other. You eat the cheese. Got it. Perfect. You lock it in. You get your points for everybody who's happy. Move on to the next one. This is going to be such a, not mindless, but a very like, cool, I'm doing anything else. This is definitely one I can watch some anime to. I can listen to some music to. I can watch a podcast, listen to a podcast, whatever, and like just do the puzzles. It's a really fun puzzle game that I'm like cheesing that there wasn't more than 6 levels. I'm like, fuck, I wanted more. I wanted to keep going. I wasn't done.
I get it. Like, it looks adorable. It kind of reminds me of something like Wilmot's Warehouse.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Similar style. Yeah.
But I particularly like. I'm someone who's pretty particular when it comes to my spot on a bus.
Yeah.
So I like that there's a game that caters to that.
There you go. Yeah, it's great because you get to just see these people be like nitpicky over a dumb thing, and there's this interesting overarching story that I don't know where it's going to go yet, but they're like, oh, we were close to a movie shoot where we could have seen an actor. I should have went to say hi. And they're like, yo, remember that actor we saw that looked like you? Like, I know, I should have said hi. I'm like, where are we going with this? What is this going to evolve into? I don't entirely know, but they progress that story on each level. And I can't honestly tell you if it's the same character or like everybody in this universe has somehow run into the same actor that's making the same, like, oh, he looks just like you. I don't know if it's he was a square. Of course he looks like you. We're both squares. Like, I don't know entirely yet. I haven't quite picked up on that.
Okay.
But like, yeah, this one's like a music festival where people are like, I want to dance, but I don't like loud music. So they want to be on the dance floor, but not next to the speakers. But then you got someone who put on way too much cologne. She's like, I want to be next to the speakers, but not next to somebody who's too smelly. So again, you just got to make sure you're putting them in the right spot. Some people just want to sit at the tables and drink. Even the band is just like, hey, I'm in the band. Like, you just got to put me in the right spot. So like, you just put them on the stage. Yeah. It's just, it's simple. Simple in the way of like, you don't have to do a whole lot to learn how to play the game. The challenge comes into figuring out the perfect way to place everybody. And I'm sure there's going to be levels as you get further that are very just like, hey, there are limited spots. You have exactly enough people. Everyone has to go in this certain spot. Some of these levels are a lot more open. We're like, you have a whole bus, but you got to place like 4 people. So you have a lot of liberty to be like, got it. So these guys can't go here. And eventually, as more people join, you might have to move someone to make sure the noise or the smelly part cancels out. But no, it's been really simple so far. I think I only messed up one level where I ignored someone who's like, I don't want to sit next to a loud person. I just smacked them right next to someone blaring their music. I'm like, oops, my bad, dude. Sorry. Let me redo that level.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It's simple. I love the style. The art, the palette reminds me a lot of Shim that we played last year.
Yeah,
so I really like the simple color palette. And I want to see what other like crazy levels there are, because there's like movie theaters. I assume there's going to be like a plane level where I get someone on the right plane. They don't want to sit next to a crying baby, which would be really fun. I want like crazy over the top, like we're at a submarine 10,000 miles under the ocean surface, and like, oh, I can't sit next to the window because I got seasick, or like any mess of just dumbness that could happen for these people. And I want it bad.
Mm-hmm. The halls in an airport where you wait for your plane.
I guess the next person. But yeah, currently no date on the full release. The demo is out on Steam right now. You can play it. I think when it gets full release, it should be on Steam and mobile. I think is the plan. So,
okay.
Yeah, wishlist it so you know when it comes out. Or of course you can follow on the channel so you know when it comes out too, because we'll talk about it. But
oh, we definitely will. Yeah. I'm playing this demo sometime this week.
Dude, it's fine. It's not long. Like I said, I think I told you it took me like an hour, and that's because I was either putzing about, figuring stuff out, or I messed up a certain level. But I think if I was just full send, focus, knock this out, 20, 30 minutes probably. It wouldn't be super long to beat.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, is the seat taken? Fun one. Whew. All right, we still talk about games, but we got one more, Tofr. What you got for me here?
Yes, I played a demo as well. It's for a game called Death Howl.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, developer The Outer Zone has done it. They've managed to create a Souls-like that I might just be into quite a lot.
Okay.
Which is a phrase that I never thought I would say.
I've been there a
couple years ago. The caveat is it's a Souls-like deck builder, because it's me. Of course, it's a deck builder. In Death Howl, you play as Ro, a mother who has just lost her son. And you travel to the spirit world, where you craft cards and claim powerful totems to battle the spirits blocking your way towards getting your son back. The devs have mentioned that this is a deeply personal game for them.
Okay.
And I really felt that while playing it.
Yeah.
The game's atmosphere, the cards that you create, everything, it feels like there's a story behind this. You know, a real life story behind this. The visuals for this game are quite unique. As you travel across the spirit world, exploring the lands for signs of where your son might have been taken to. Combat is all about card battles on a grid, in a similar vein to last year's Toads of the Bayou, but way more punishing. Yeah. The cards you use, you have to create yourself, using the resources that you find strewn across the spirit world, making this quite a unique take on the deck building genre. It's literally deck building this time around. If I had to find a way to explain this game simply, I'd say it's a bit of Hellblade mixed with Toads in the Bayou, a little bit of Slay the Spire, some Cosmic Wheel of Sisterhood, and then insert Souls-like here.
Just a little bit of everything, just a big old melting pot right now.
Yeah, it's all the ingredients are really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the demo is wonderful, and it really draws you into the game's world and story. And I have the same feeling that you just mentioned with your two demos. I wanted to play more when the demo ended. Even though I already feel like I'm gonna be bawling my eyes out with this game's ending.
That's so dope. I know I got a press email. I told you I have the demo installed and have not gotten to it yet. And I remember once I saw it, yes, the Souls-like deck builder. This was one that I was like, hold on, I got to try this. And if it's good, see if I'm like Tofr, I got one for you. But of course you got to it before I did. I'm here in the intro of this trailer. This fucking scene of the whale under the ice is fucking magnificent. That is
Isn't
gorgeous. I love that. And yeah, the style here, I love the simplicity, but the gorgeous like sprite work. And yeah, when you were mentioning about building the cards yourself, immediately I thought of Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. I'm like, this is cool. This is a really dope idea. I did not know about the mother with the lost child thing, which made the art of her with like the little deer spirit coming out of the cloak. I'm like, oh no, that's what that means. No. This is dope looking. This looks sick.
Yeah. We only had like the spirit world is divided into these different kind of lands, and we only had the starting forest where to explore.
Okay.
But already you could feel like that this is gonna be something special.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm feeling the vibe. Maybe this is the demo we check out tonight. Maybe we play this one because then I gotta buy into the Emberlands. Yeah, the visual style is so cool. I gotta double check. I don't know if this one has a date yet or if it's.
It does not, I think.
Okay.
Nope.
Dang.
Sadly.
Yeah, just
because I really want to get going with this one.
Yeah, is this their debut game? I don't know if Outer Zone. Mind Scanners. Mind Scanners. Okay.
Oh, they're the people who made Mind Scanners.
I forgot about that one. I hadn't played that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played it a little bit, and I still have to like play it a bit more.
Yeah.
But
oh, dude,
the idea behind it was cool. So yeah.
I both love and hate demos in the way that we get to play something now. I'm like, oh, cool, I get to see how cool this game is. And then wait 4 years for the rest of it to come out so I can experience more. That's so dope.
I'm hoping it's not going to take that long.
Yeah.
But who knows, right?
Yeah. I think one of the most interesting things about it, right, is saying the Souls-like part, where I think like Souls-like has taken such a different definition these days, right? I remember a point where someone asked the difference between a roguelike and a Souls-like, and I explained, well, a Souls-like is this, a rogue, et cetera, et cetera. And I got these comments just like, a Souls-like does not include Dark Souls. Those are Soulsborns, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you get the point. I'm explaining to someone what the genre is, right? Like what this third person challenging action adventure, but like that's changed so much, right? Even we're talking like the tone where we've had things like Another Crab's Treasure, which was like my gateway Souls. Like I'm like, oh cool, I don't hate this franchise, I just hate FromSoft ones. And now seeing them describe the game as a Souls-like deck builder, where I can already see the people being like, this isn't a Souls-like, this is nothing like my Elden Ring. Where's the open world? I can see the same comments like Balatro, right? But I'm like, also, shut your fucking mouth. Like, what are you talking about? Go away.
Exactly.
This is, yeah. I like it. I like the mix of genres. That's so much fun with indies because they're so like, hey, we know you like this genre, but what if we did this? And then the deck builder parts what makes that so unique. And that's really fun.
Yep. Also, I just checked their website and it says 2025.
Let's go, baby. So
that would be cool if we got it this year.
Let's get it. Listen, guys, I believe in you. Let us know when we got keys. Let me get some. Dope. Hell yeah. Very excited to see more on Death Howl then. However, that's everything we've been playing. So, we'll see what we've been playing next week when we talk about Monster Prom. But speaking of things to play this week, it's time to talk about indie games releasing this week. This is for the week February 13th through February 19th. First, we got Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip coming out on PlayStation and Switch on February 13th. Played the one on Steam last year, had a blast. Definitely want to try and play it again on PlayStation for a platinum. Then we got Slime Heroes, speaking of Souls-likes, February 13th for Xbox and PC. We got Terry's Other Games, which is not related to Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. That's like, it's a compilation collection, I believe, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that one looks, who's Terry again?
It's Terry Kavanagh. He's the person who made Dicey Dungeons, Super Hexagon, and VVVVVV.
Yeah. And then it's just a like compilation of like his smaller projects, I believe. Is that what okay. Cool. Yep. Oh yeah, here I'm peeping it quick. Yeah. So look, you want a little compilation? That's out there. February 13th for Steam. Then on February 13th for PC, we also have Dawnfolk, a very like city builder thing. We have a little fire friend and you pick natural disasters or talking to your friends. That's great. On Valentine's Day, we've got Afterlove EP, February 14th for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. February 18th, we got Lost Records, Bloom and Rage for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Then we have Necrocat on February 18th for PC. We have Tiny Pasture on February 18th for PC. And then we have HPL. What is this fucking word? Nyarlathotep Rising? Nyarlathotep Rise? Yeah.
I'm so glad you do this segment.
I have no idea what that is. I saw HPL and I thought faster than light. It's short letters, right?
It's set in the world of H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, okay. Got it. What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck is a Nyarlathotep? Go to Steam.
Also, maybe we have to mention that Lost Records Bloom and Rage, it's only tape 1.
Right. Good point.
That releases on February 18th. I forgot to put that in the
doc. Good. Yeah. Tape 1. So Bloom will be out this month, so on the 18th. And then Rage is mid-April, I believe, is when we get the second episode. And I assume it's just the 2. I don't know. Because I think the story for Bloom and Rage is like, as kids, we did this. As adults, it's coming back for us. So I assume Bloom will be where we start the problem. Rage is where we fix the problem. So that's what I'm expecting for that one. So,
yep.
Yeah, but yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, Nyarlathotep, Nethel on my steps, whatever. But yeah, those are the games we can play this week. Let us know which ones you're looking forward to. Any of those on there you're looking to snag there, Tofr?
Well, obviously Lost Records Bloom and Rage. I'm really looking forward to that because it's Don't Nod going back to like their kind of Life is Strange roots.
Yeah.
After Love EP is another one that I'm really looking forward to, about dealing with losing the person you love.
Right.
It's published by Fellow Traveler, I think.
It sounds right.
Which is always a big plus for me. Terry's other games, Dawnfolk. There's too many games.
I can't play them all.
Too many games, Danny.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling Lost Records. I'm sure once we're done with Soul Link, hopefully we can beat this shit soon. I can get back to playing some good games. But Lost Records is one I want to hop into. I don't know if I'll stream any Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, but I know I've beaten that game, I think, twice in the matter of like a couple hours, if you know exactly where you're going. But I'm out of practice, I'm sure it'll take longer. But yeah, I'd love to hop back into Terry's. And Slime Heroes too. That was one that one of those cutesy Souls likes where like, man, that first boss beat my teeth in. I was like, I hate this, but I gotta beat it. I gotta beat it. But that one was really fun, so I'm really excited for that one too.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the games we'll check out this week. Let us know which ones you want to play as we move in to our indie spotlight this week. Normally, you guys tell us what your favorite indies are. However, we've decided on weeks we don't have those. We're going to spotlight an indie game that either not enough you were talking about or an upcoming one that you want to keep on your radar. And this is actually one I saw just this afternoon on TikTok, but it's available on itch. It's called Dark Queen of Mortholme, I believe is how you pronounce it. But essentially you are playing as the Dark Queen, who is like a boss encounter in a video game. Jibasa, she started screaming in my ear. And the whole thing is you are the boss who is waiting for the player character to reach you and have your fight. From what I understand, it's only like a 20-minute experience. It's very narrative heavy, but you have the player character shows up, they go to fight you, you kill him. You're like, oh no, he lost. But then he's going to come back stronger, fight again. I don't know how much input you have as far as like the actual combat. It looks like there's like options at the top. We have like 3 moves. You click on them. You'll fight the person. They lose. They come back stronger. They finally beat you. But guess what? You have a second stage. So you're experiencing this narrative beat of playing the boss encounter. I think what the page is like, it's an anti-game as opposed to like a regular game. And I thought this was a really cool looking game. I definitely want to give this one a shot, knock it out in an afternoon. It just looks like a fun idea. Again, why indies do it better of like what hasn't happened? Exactly. What haven't we done? Let's try this.
Yeah. It looks like it's the originality of the concept. Just that I like that there's dialogue options.
Yeah.
Really, I'm downloading it as we speak.
There we go. And it is pick your own price, so you can get it for free, I believe. But if you want to throw a couple bucks towards the devs, it's always appreciated. It's not free for them to make the game. So yeah, if you go to the itch website, you can go to download it, and they'll be like, hey, name your price, and you can put in whatever. This sounds like a great $5 game to me. So throw whatever their way. So yeah, please check out the Dark Queen of Mortholme, if I'm pronouncing that right. But with that, all of our faithful viewers, we've reached the end of our episode of Playlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like the video, leave a comment, tell us what you thought about our lovely data ideas, the games we've been playing, and so on and so forth. And so maybe some other episode ideas. We're trying to plan out our schedule months ahead this time, so we kind of know what we're getting into. With a book club next week, and then it sounds like it's going to be 2 weeks of like Steam Next Fest, what we started with, what else we played. So basically 2 full episodes of what we've been playing. So look forward to that.
Yep.
Of course, Tofr, if the little scrublets on the internet wanted to find you, where could they possibly go?
They can use my link tree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word, and also check out somanygames.co.uk, where I will be. Well, I have just posted my Keep Driving review, and by the end of the week, my Afterlove EP review should be on there as well.
Hell yeah. And of course, you guys can find me on all platforms at CGDannyB. We stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. Right now it's Soul Link. I'm excited to get back to indies because this game's pissing me off. But also, by the time you're seeing this episode, it'll be over. But D+ Ultra over on the Crit Hit Chronicles channel. But in March, I will be a part of, I think it's Fallout 313. So we're playing the Fallout TTRPG. Where I'll be playing a gentle giant super mutant who's all about, plants and being like, oh, I love this flower. It's so pretty. So I'm very much looking forward to that. That'll be on the Hack Recklessly channel. I'll be sure to post that link once we're live and get everything going. But very much looking forward to that. So I'm getting more. I'm into the TTRPG friend group now. We did the D+ Ultra. I have friends like, you doing this? I have another one coming this summer, which I'll talk about when it's ready to be announced. So TTRPG friends, if you're like, hey Danny, you want to play a character? Schedules align. Well, what are we talking about? So it's a good time. It's a fun time.
Sweet.
But that is it. We're already at our 2-hour episode mark, so we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We love you. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next week for Monster Prom. Don't forget to go play. And that's it. Bye.
And remember, boy oh boy.
Boy oh boy.